Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to say, call halal YAHAWAH BaHashem YAHAWASHI BaHashem Rechaha Kodash. Double belongs to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who taught us this truth and rule well. And Shalom to the hopeful elect. YAHAWAH BaHashem YAHAWASHI Barakatham. It's the brother Kazal from the Manhood 12 West Coast, coming back at it again with another lesson. All right, and the topic of this lesson is inspired by a lesson made by Elder Apostle Gabar, titled Toxic Masculinity, 3 question marks, the daily assault on manhood. All right, and this, Elder Apostle Gabar, was on point, titling his lesson as such, because in this wicked society here in Babylon, all right, it has gotten to the point where men are being demonized just for being men. And Elder Apostle Gabar brought out, with the commercials and different examples, in movies as well, where they portray women, to have more understanding than men, to have more wisdom and have more courage in certain situations, in perilous situations, more so than men, and this just goes into, the confusion that this devil is bringing to the world. All right, this is going into the confusion that this devil is bringing to the world and putting out that wicked vibration where a woman could basically be as a man, and it's spiritual, because they're going further and they're starting to emasculate men. Okay, that's what these devils are actually, starting to do, here in Babylon, is that they're going actually further than that, and they're starting to emasculate men, and they do so through different psychological devices, agendas that they put on the masses. Like a good example is shaving your beard. You know what I'm saying? Which is completely, wicked, a wicked thing to do. But growing up, you always see those commercials. You see, what people tell you, what the society tells you, what the teachers tell you, what the school system tells you. If you want to look professional, if you want to look manly, especially them commercials, man, they always make it a badge of manliness to shave off your beard, and they equate having a beard as being, someone of low value, being someone of poor hygiene, which is really, contrary, to what the scriptures say, man. All right, and it's really contrary to how it's really supposed to be, man. All right, because the scriptures tell you not to shave. The scriptures tell you to grow out your beard. It's scriptures in the law, statute, commandments. It's forbidden for us to mess with our beards. Line up our beards and completely shave our beards. But this society teaches contrary. And that's one of the ways that they demonize, and further emasculate the men. Another way that they emasculate men is through the foods. They got foods out there which got them GMOs, especially in the chickens and different types of meats out there, processed meats out there, that, they attack your testosterone, which is the hormone that makes you a man, basically. It lowers your sperm count, and it said that, you got dudes out there, that's growing out breasts, man. You know what I'm saying? They're developing breasts, as a result of this wicked, chemicals and basically, just these wicked devices that these devils are putting out to the world, man. It's just pure wickedness. That's why YAHAWASHI must come and destroy this kingdom and deliver the elect, man. All right. That's really what gave me the spirit to do this lesson, because our very manhood depends on this, man. All right, here it is. We're in a society where you got the whole alphabet community running around. All right, you got men, cutting and switching up their plumage, and turning into women. All right, and this is seen as being perfectly acceptable. All right, but when a man wants to grow a beard, all of a sudden he can't, have a better paying job. He can't have an office job. He can't have, certain jobs. Now he's looked at as a bum. He's looked at as somebody who has poor hygiene. And I speak out of firsthand experience, because back when, a few years ago, which I was in the truth, and I was growing out my beard. I had my beard, nicely grown out. I wanted to apply to become a car salesman at a car dealership. It's just a brief little testimony. And when I was, getting interviewed, the dude who was interviewing me told me that I had to, shave. I wouldn't say shave my beard, but I had to trim it, at a super low, length, man. Basically, I may as well just shave it. The length that he described, all right, I may as well just shave my beard at that point. And that's the state that they want us to be. Just completely emasculated, completely docile and submissive to every wind that this devil wants to put on us, man. All right, and our people are being led as a flock to the slaughter as a result of these agendas, man. And that's another thing too. The main priority, the main people that's targeted by these agendas is our people, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, the true Hebrew Israelites, according to the Bible. You see, it's a funny thing because they might make an exception for a devil, to grow a beard in certain office jobs, but the second we start to grow beards in them office jobs, the second we start acting, or not acting, but behaving how we're supposed to be behaving, you know what I mean, which is having a ruling class mentality, then it's a problem. Then it's toxic masculinity. Then we're being uncivilized. You know what I'm saying? Was not to be, saying that we walk around in a carnal state of mind, trying to pick fights with everybody. But when we walk around and we know our worth, we know who we are as a people, people pick up on that, and you have many people that wanna try to step on us and try to, you know what I'm saying, basically try to lower our frequency, lower our self-esteem, our self-confidence. But all that fails because at the end of the day, we know who they are and we know who we are. All right. And another sense that they attack, masculinity is our very instinct. All right. Which is something a bit more subconscious, us as men. All right. We are, our instincts as far as the household goes is to provide for the family. You get with the woman, or women, and you have children, and it's your duty as a man to go and provide your children and your family with houses, with housing. All right, provide them with substance and provide them with food. Provide them with a place to rest, provide them with safety. All right, that's the man's duty, especially the sons. When they get of age, he provides the house with safety. You know what I'm saying? Like a man, it's real. A man's role in society and in their households is a very important and deep thing. All right, because we're basically the ones that are producing the livelihood and giving the security for the livelihood to continue. All right, and a woman's role in society and in the households is to tend to the things at home. Make sure the things at home are running good. All right, so that's basically what it is. And what this devil has done in this wicked ass system is he has destroyed all this. All right. He has destroyed all this with this whole feminist movement. That's what he has done. All right. Now, because if you look at a video, I'm not going to play it because I'm I don't got my headphones on. So, I won't be able to hear the actual things that are being said in the video. All right. But if you look at a video, Aaron Russo, let me see real quick, the feminist movement. All right, there we go. All right, you go watch this video, dealing with the feminist movement. All right, this dude, Aaron Russo, he's basically used to be a Hollywood director. He's made certain, top selling movies in his time. I believe one of them was called Trading Places, and anyways, he basically talks about, he brings many things to light. He talks about the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast. It's the charagma, and these devils are real close to implementing that. You know what I'm saying? And another thing he talks about, which is, pertaining to the topic of this lesson, is about feminism. All right. And how he brings all this out is he says that, he basically was talking to a Rothschild, man, not a Rothschild, so like a Rockefeller. All right. And that Rockefeller was breaking down the plans that they had for the New World Order, and he basically, and when he was telling him about these plans, he told him about the whole feminism thing. All right. How they funded feminism to, one thing is to tax, the other half of the population. All right. And another thing is to break up the family structure, the house structure, man, which again is what is completely out of order. All right. And, giving these women, the right to go to work. And now they out there, working jobs and bringing an income. Right. That's not really what they're supposed to be doing, because now it creates an illusion that a woman could survive on her own and do, be independent and not need a man anymore, which is completely wrong. All right. Because when YAHAWASHI shuts everything down, the first thing these women are going to be doing is they're going to be looking for men. Okay. All that feminist mentality, ideology, that G.I. Jane, fantasy is going to go right out the window. All right. Because, it's going to be life and death out here. And the women, all right, are not going to have the strength needed to survive these times. They don't have the wisdom needed to survive these times. And this is true, because I did a sit down, not too long ago, where I was covering, this dude named Kevin Samuels, where he was interviewing a woman, and he basically asked her, like, yo, where would you get your water from? And the woman that he was that he had on the phone in the show, told him that she would go to the beach and get the water, boil it on a pan, and drink it. So here we have women that don't even know how to purify water, how to distill water and make it and turn it into drinking water. And this is why all that feminist ideology, all that is really just a fantasy, man. It's like, your son believing, it's like your children believing in the tooth fairy, believing that, if you go up north, you're going to find a whole bunch of little elfish people. And then you're going to find, among them, a big, obese man dressed in red with the white beard, handing out or loading up the sled with presents, man. That's the state that these women live in. All right. And this is all brought to you by Esau, Edom, all right, the elites of them, okay, because they're the ones that are ruling the world. They are the light bearers right now, and they're not doing a good job being the light bearers. They're not doing a good job ruling the world. They are destroying the world, all right. That's why, the scripture says, let me see real quick, he that destroys the earth All right, so we're going to go to the book of Revelations, chapter 11 and 18, off the King James Version. And it reads, "And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets." All right, and that's talking about, Adawan Ratazas, the brothers in this truth, man. All right, starting with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down. All right, and the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. All right, so that them that's destroying the world, that's talking about Esau, Edom, man. That's talking about these elites, because they got a whole bunch of Salakiam. They got a whole bunch of agendas into play that's really destroying the world, man. And it's really the so-called wisdom that he proclaims that he has. He really doesn't have any wisdom, as it is written, in the book of Obadiah, there is none understanding in him. All right, he has no understanding. Here it is, for example, he's out here, polluting the world with chemtrails, and them chemtrails is falling back right up on him, man. So he's really destroying himself, man. He's polluting the seas. He's doing a whole bunch of wickedness, man. All right. And all these, and as a result, it's destroying the world. The world itself is mourning, man. All right. The trees are mourning, the waters, the fishes. All right. The creation is just being destroyed with this devil in rulership, man. All right. And to prove that, we're going to go real briefly to the book of Job, chapter 9 and 24. All right. And it reads, "The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Okay, so this earth being given into the hands of the wicked, and according to Malachi chapter 1 and 4, the wicked is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right, these devils are out here, putting in all types of wicked decrees, man. Wicked and confusing agendas, man. All right, they got our women out here, thinking they independent, thinking they could just open up a OnlyFans and live off that, and that's not knowing, that they could easily be, targeted and destroyed off that, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they're in a terrible, in a terrible state in the eyes of YAHAWASHI, because women ain't supposed to be doing that type of stuff, man. So we're gonna go to the book of Isaiah chapter 60, verse 2. All right, and I'm just touching on the topic, getting straight to the point. It reads, "For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people." All right, and this darkness is talking about ignorance and confusion, man, wickedness, and that's what we see. That's engulfed the earth, that's covering the earth. All right, it's this devil's influence. Okay, and he's going further. He's pushing things furthermore, man. All right, to where, like I mentioned, he's putting stuff into the food that's making men effeminate, emasculating men, attacking their hormones, and same with the women, man. He's putting stuff in their food that's attacking their hormones that make them women. All right, the estrogen, which is supposed to, make a woman effeminate, and is raising up the testosterone in them, man. That's what this devil is doing in them labs, and that's what he's putting into the foods. It's just completely wicked, man. And then on top of that, he got these, basically it's like Elder Apostle Gabar said, man. It's a systematic destruction of manhood. Where they demonize what it is to be a man. Like, if I'm not mistaken, a few years back they had this whole thing where they're trying to demonize and penalize men for man spreading. Basically, we couldn't even sit, in a certain way because certain women found it offensive, man. Certain people found it offensive, and that actually became a thing. You know what I'm saying? Not that anybody has approached me, for man spreading, but look, man, I'm gonna sit how I want to sit. I don't care, what any, you know what I'm saying, frustrated, masculine ass female has to say about it, man. All right, because at the end of the day, we're the ones with the scepter, if you catch my drift. All right, so Isaiah chapter 60 and 2, and I'm gonna move on to the final precept. All right, so it reads, "For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people." All right, and that's what has happened. Okay, that's why we need our Redeemer to come soon, because it's to the point where we're being attacked for being men. We can't even be men no more. Here we are, we're in a society, you know what I'm saying, that a matter of fact, I'm not even gonna say it like that. I'm saying, like, we're being attacked for being men, and it's going to the point where in this society they want us to basically become part of the alphabet community, man. They want us to switch up our genders, just straight up wickedness, straight up confusion. Why? Because this devil wants to be as Yahawah Ba'ashim YAHAWASHI. All right, everything that's written in the scriptures, this devil is doing the opposite of it, man. Everything that the scriptures tell you to do, this devil tells you don't do it. All right, everything that the scriptures tell you not to do, this devil promotes and makes it a righteous thing to do. That's why the scripture says, let me see. Darkness for light. Let me see if I could find that precept. I believe is somewhere. It's in the book of Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20, man. All right, and it reads, "Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil." Okay, that's what it is, man. All right. That's what's going on in this society. Okay, that put darkness for light and light for darkness. Darkness has been made light in this society. All right, because like Elder Apostle Gabar was saying in his lesson, how he was opening up, with the commercials, man. All right, and it's deeper than just the commercials. It's the movies, man. You got women, in movies that's out here, overpowering men, and doing all that fancy, Rambo and Commando, stuff on the movies, and it's making these women think that they could actually do that in real life. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's the darkness has been made light, in this society, man. All right, they don't made darkness light, and it's deeper than that. The whole alphabet community, man. Men changing out their plumage, they're making that seem as the next step in humanity, in a sense, man. They're making that seem like that's gonna be the future. That's what they wanna. That's what these devils are doing, man. All right, so it reads that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. All right, because these things are bitter to us, man. All right, us brothers in this walk, man, in this knowledge, we're not compatible with any of this, man. All right, our spirits are upright. Okay, we're not with this confusion. We're not with this wickedness, man. All right, and that goes into Habakkuk chapter 2. All right, let me see. Chapter 2, verse 4. All right, that reads, "Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him." Okay, and this is talking about this devil, man. His soul which is lifted up, because he's proud, man. All right, here it is. He got the world. He's ruling the world, and he thinks that he could he thinks that he could push all this wickedness onto the world. That's another state of prideness, man. All right, that's another display of pride. All right, thinking that he could, that because he's ruling the world, he could just downplay the Lord, downplay his acts, call it fiction, and then the law, statutes, commandments, he could just break that and demonize what's good and promote what's wicked. That's just another display of pride on behalf of this devil, man. Okay, so it reads, this soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, man. All right, it's not upright in him. That's why he's promoting all this wickedness, man. Because he's probably with all this wickedness. All right, I'm not even say he's probably with all this wickedness. He is with all this wickedness, man. Because behind closed doors, these elites, they be doing a whole bunch of abominable things. All right, the upper echelons of this Babylonian society, they be doing a whole bunch of abominable things. Odious as works of witchcraft, child sacrifice, pedophilia, sodomy. All right, all types of wicked stuff that YAHAWASHI is you know what I'm saying, is an abomination on his eyes. That's what they do. All right, and that's what they're trying to push onto this society, just create a whole filthy, wicked society. And that's what they're basically doing with this gradualism. But YAHAWASHI is about to shut this place down, man. Okay, that's why YAHAWASHI is about to come back with the quickness and with the vengeance. All right, and it reads here, but the just shall live by his faith. Okay, the just shall live by his faith, man. And that's us in this walk, even though the world is dark. All right, even though it is dark, guess what? YAHAWASHI is about to shut everything down and bring the world back to light, man. Okay, so let's go back to the book of Isaiah chapter 29. And we're going to start at verse 15. All right, and it reads, "Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from Yahweh Ba'ashim YAHAWASHI, and their works are in the dark." All right, so it reads, "Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from Yahweh Ba'ashim YAHAWASHI, and their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us? And who knoweth us?" And this is talking about the wicked elite, man. All right, how they hold their different meetings, in remote parts of the earth to further, oppress the children of Israel, to further promote wickedness to the earth. That's what they do, man. All right, that's what these devils do. All right, it reads, "Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay." Okay, so it reads, "Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay," because that's what these devils are doing. They're turning things upside down. They're giving women the right to basically work and basically put the illusion on them that they don't need men anymore. That they are the ones that could have the pants in the house. You know what I'm saying? And it's gone so so backwards that you got men that's staying at home, taking care of the children while the woman is out working. And while she's out there working, she's committing adultery on her husband. And why? Because her husband is in a weak state to begin with, man. You know what I'm saying? He should be the one that's out there, bringing in the living, man. He's supposed to be out there, providing, but this world done turned everything upside down, man. All right. So read, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing, or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding? All right. And that's just what it is, man. All right. Is it not yet a very little while, and Lebanon shall be turned into a fruitful field, and the fruitful field shall be esteemed as a forest? And in that day shall the deaf hear the words of the book, and the eyes of the blind shall see out of obscurity and out of darkness. All right. And this is, it's beautiful that the scriptures took this route, through the spirit power YAHAWASHI, because even though these devils are out here promoting all this wickedness and all this confusion, all right, with the turning of things upside down, reversing the roles in this society, promoting the whole sodomy thing, all right, and the whole trans thing, all right. Guess what? The elect are still being woken up, all right. Verse 18. I'm gonna read it again. And in that day shall the deaf hear the words of the book, and the eyes of the blind shall see out of obscurity and out of darkness. Okay, and that's basically talking about, if I'm not mistaken, it's talking about, that goes into Ezekiel chapter 34, the valley of dry bones. All right, basically, the us, being in the world, Adawan Ratazar, we're of the elect, but it's talking about the elect, coming back into this knowledge. All right, remembering ourselves in the land of our captivity. That's what this is talking about. All right, because we were deaf, we were blind. All right, but once we heard the word, we heard this truth, and it resonated with us. All right, that's we came into this thing, man. We came back to Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashai. Verse 19. The meek also shall increase their joy in Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashai, and the poor among men shall rejoice in the Holy One of Israel. Okay, and that's what it is, man. All right, who's the meek? The so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, the true Hebrew Israelites. All right. So let's continue on. Let me just let's just continue on reading. For the terrible one is brought to naught, and the scorner is consumed. Okay, and who's the terrible one? The so-called white man. All right, that's the terrible one. Esau, Edom. Okay, he's gonna be brought to naught, man. All right, he's gonna be as a thing of nothing, man. As a dream of the night. He's gonna be chased away, basically, and the scorner is consumed. All right, and who's the biggest scorner in the world? This devil, man, because everything that he has put is a complete, basically, it's an imagination against Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashai. Because as it is written in Isaiah chapter 14, he wants to be as the Most High. So in order to be as the Most High, he thinks that he could just cross out the Lord, and you could see that throughout, basically his media, man. All right, and throughout this kingdom, this wicked kingdom here in Babylon, you could see that. Here it is. You go to them science channels, which science basically goes into wisdom, right? Which that's not wisdom at all. But you know what I'm saying. You go into their science channels, right? And they try to downplay the acts of the Bible, man. They try to downplay the acts of Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashai that he did, back in the day. He's trying to put the scriptures, the Bible, in the category of fiction, man. That's what he's trying to do. All right. So it reads, and the scorner is consumed. All right. And that's what's going to happen to this devil, man. He's going to be consumed because he is the scorner. All right. And all that watch for iniquity are cut off. Okay. And that goes into all these people that are out here, watching for iniquity, basically looking for wickedness, man. All right. And that's what these devils are also doing, man. They're the ones watching for iniquity. They're the ones, looking for the next wicked thing to push, and it's a precept. It's in my mind. I can't really think about it, but it's basically talking about something about them going to sleep, and they always, they devise wickedness in their sleep, man. So that they could go and execute it in the next day. It's roughly paraphrasing. I don't want Ratazai comes back to me, but that's what they do, man. All right, they're watching for iniquity, and these are the people that's gonna get cut off, man. All right, that make a man an offender for a word, and lays a snare for him that reproveth at the gates. Okay, and that's talking about, again, these devils, man. All right, because him that reproveth at the gates, that's talking about the prophets. All right, and these devils, what do? They make a snare for us, man. All right, real soon they're gonna come and demonize us for pushing out this word. All right, to turn aside the just for a thing of naught. You see? So they're gonna come and they're gonna come with that persecution, man. All right, because here it is. We out here. We're not carnal. We're not breaking the laws of this kingdom. You know what I'm saying? And these devils are gonna come. They're probably gonna come with some false flag. Have something happen and then blame it on the brothers, man. All right, so it reads, verse 22, therefore thus said YAHAWASHI, who redeemed Abraham concerning the house of Jacob. Jacob shall not now be ashamed, neither shall his face now wax pale. But when he seeth his children, the work of mine hands in the midst of him, they shall sanctify my name and sanctify the Holy One of Jacob, and shall fear YAHAWASHI of Israel. They also that erred in spirit shall come to understanding, and they that murmured shall learn it's like a doctrine, man. All right, so that's even though these devils are out here trying their hardest to put wickedness onto the earth, reversing the rules and stuff of that nature. All right, emasculating the men. All right, guess what? Brothers is still gonna come into this truth, man. All right, see, that's how much this devil is trying to stop brothers from coming into this knowledge, man. That's how much this devil is trying to stop so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans from coming into this knowledge. All right, that he's going as far as demonizing manlyhood in itself, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, shoot, forget the law, statutes, and commandments. Now he's just demonizing what makes you a man, and just further and further and further turning this world into an abomination. But guess what? It's not gonna happen, man. All right, this devil, all these wicked things that he's promoting is gonna come to a halt, because it's only so much that YAHAWASHI could tolerate. All right, and that's pursuant to 2 Ezra chapter 15. All right, he shall hold his tongue no more, pursuing their wickedness, man. Roughly paraphrasing. So let's go to the book of Isaiah chapter 19, and I'm gonna start at verse 19, and with that I'm gonna close out. All right, because this is what we're looking for, man. All right, this is what's gonna happen. This is what we hasten the day for. All right, so it reads, Isaiah chapter 19 and 19. In that day there shall be an altar to YAHAWASHI in the midst of the land of Egypt. Okay, so in that day there shall be an altar to YAHAWASHI in the midst of the land of Egypt. Now, altar is basically a place of sacrifice. All right, and what this is talking about is the highways and hedges where we go and make our bodies a living sacrifice, prophesying against this wicked kingdom and calling Israel, back to repentance. All right, the so-called blacks, Latinos going back to repentance, because we need to get out of here, man. This devil is destroying what it is to be a man. He's destroying the whole world, man. He's polluting the world, the seas, the forests. All right, and even humanity in itself, man. All right, he's destroying it, man. All right, so this devil needs to be taken down. So it reads, in that day there shall be an altar to YAHAWASHI in the midst of the land of Egypt, and a pillar at the border thereof to YAHAWASHI. All right. And it shall be for a sign and for a witness unto Yahweh Shem Yahawashi of hosts in the land of Egypt. Okay. A sign and for a witness, which goes into Revelations 11, talking about the two witnesses, man. You know what I'm saying? Going out there and prophesying, because ultimately, man, when the prophets are out there in the street corners, that basically means that the kingdoms are gonna be destroyed soon, man. That's why, if I'm not mistaken, it was President what's that dude's name? President Bush. I believe it was one of the Bushes, man. The older one, senior. He came out and called the men of the Lord the prophets of doom because he knew, what I'm saying, because these elites, they know what we represent when we go out there to the highways and hedges, man. All right, so it reads, for they shall cry unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi because of the oppressors. All right, and he shall send them a savior and a great one, and he shall deliver them. All right, and that's what we're doing out here, man. We're crying unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi because of the oppressors, man. Here it is, we're getting oppressed so much, it's to the point where we can't even be men. You know what I'm saying? We can't even be men. They trying to cut our scepters off in this society, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how wicked it's becoming. We can't, you know what I'm saying? We can't basically be men anymore. We can't provide no more. We can't, you know what I'm saying? No, we gotta be as women now. We gotta tend to the house now. We gotta cut our plumbing off and walk around living as demons in the society now. Is Yahweh Shem Yahawashi is gonna destroy this place real soon, man. All right, and the reason he shall send them a savior and a great one, and he shall deliver them. All right, and that's what we're waiting for, man.